Hi everyone, it's Melissa Lorena, the job interview coach. How are you? I believe that you can have your dream job this year. However, there might be a couple of people standing in your way. So let me tell you what I mean by that. First, you have to get noticed. And so I talk about that in my Standing Out series. You need to grab the attention of an HR person to get an interview. But the next step is you need to get and win over the HR professional during those HR screening conversations. So in this episode of how to win over an HR person, I want to go through something that's happening on the inside of lots of companies. And here's what's happening that really you need to know and you need to be prepared for before you talk to HR. So something that's happening internally is that HR is definitely motivated to have the internal job candidates or current employees go after the best opportunities in their organizations. They want to keep these people in their company. They want to also give them the opportunity to grow professionally. And sometimes they want to also just make sure that someone is happy in the simplest way. So what happens if you're an external job candidate? What if you want to break into a new organization? How can you even compete? So here's my tips around this idea. The best way that you can compete against an internal job candidate really relies on you having a good understanding of what matters to human resources professionals. So when you go out there and you talk to HR, you need to almost talk like you are HR. You need to understand in their terms what's on the table. You need to express your loyalty for an organization, how you stay on board once you are in an organization. Of course, the evidence should come from your history. However, you need to compel the HR person that you're the right person for the hire. You also need to talk like you're an employee of that organization. So the risk is that you're going to go into a new job and you're going to have to learn everything from scratch, from where the bathroom is to how to call something to particular jargon and acronyms. Why don't you just really let HR know that you already have a good handle on how certain metrics are referred to internally, on how the company thinks about certain business challenges or business opportunities. Go in there as if you already work there, obviously with carefully thought through assumptions, not arrogantly at all. So make HR love you, have them want you instead of an internal employee. And the third thing that you want to do when you talk to HR and really how to give yourself the edge versus an internal job candidate is really going into any company having a sense of how you intend to solve a problem. The problem really should be focus on what you would be looking to accomplish in the organization. So you're vertical. If you're in marketing, a marketing challenge. If you're in technology, a technology challenge. But in essence, how that problem is keeping the company from achieving its ultimate goal, whatever the ultimate goal might be. What are you going to do to solve the problem? So once you have these three ideas in the back of your mind, and once you prepare effectively to solve them and to talk to them when you're talking to HR in that screening interview, once you do those three things, then you will stand out and you will win over HR. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to give it a try. I want you to have a conversation with an HR professional, and I want you to ask them what matters to them. What would keep them from hiring you? Obviously, choose a friend. Don't choose a real opportunity that you're going after. At that point, once you've got down their assumptions, I encourage you to consider shopping the HR toolkit. In my toolkit, what I've done for you is I've given you 10 game-changing assumptions that HR has about you, and I've even given you some example interview answers that internal job candidates have actually shared with HR in huge organizations such as GE. In this toolkit, you'll also have a really great handle on how to talk about the salary expectations. Once you know what you need to be prepared for in that initial conversation with HR, you're going to feel so much more empowered to actually go after what you really, really want. But the key is knowing what does HR assume about you. And if you're coming from the outside of an organization, you need to figure out a way to sound like, smell like, look like you belong. So that is crucial. So share this video if you know someone that needs this information and is going to have a conversation with HR. And like this video if you learned something new. I strongly encourage you to shop the HR Toolkit so that you are better prepared for any HR interview in the near future. Whether it's one in person, in video, which is really common these days, or it's on the phone. You need to be prepared. You need to have your cheat sheet. I've provided one for you in the toolkit. And you also need to know what might be standing in your way. And to be truthful, if you're coming from the outside of an organization, an internal candidate could be your worst enemy, but they don't have to be. Shop the guide, prepare, and make sure that you talk with your HR friends like you already do and ask them what might keep them from hiring you. So be prepared for the next conversation that you have with HR. Everyone, signing off, Melissa Lorena, the Job Interview Coach. I encourage you to have a great day and go after the jobs that you really want. This is life. Make it happen. It's not about going after what you can get. It's going after what you really, really want. If you want that for others, you should want the same or more for yourself. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.